What's up, everybody? What's up, guys? It is Tuesday, and we're gonna play some Dungeons and Dragons tonight. Some Princes of the Apocalypse. Yeah, fifth edition. We are in the middle of combat, where we left off last week, and I don't know. The week seemed to like drag on because I didn't have any games this week. It's like Friday night got canceled, and Saturday and Sunday. It's just like it seems like it's been like a month since we played. But it's only been a week. um, and I missed you guys. Oh, we did get together on Saturday for
Oh,
for a little bit.
yeah.
We had some new characters. Ha, 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 ha. I even went in and kind of picked you guys some flaws and stuff and gave you guys some flavor and which we'll do if the first session too. We'll get you guys some flavors and we don't want everyone to be out of the same row in the crayon box, do we? No.
No, I kind of liked mine.
Yep. So let's do some player and some character introductions real quick. Since, of course, it should automatically do this when you guys get on the table, but everyone should start off with inspiration since everyone's on time. And tonight we're going to start off with Matic Curie. Go ahead.
Yeah, playing Rufiel, who is a divine soul sorcerer, who is also an Azamar, and he just, is kind of coming into his own as a sorcerer, figuring out how he can best benefit the party and keep himself alive, especially by not straying so far away from the rest of the party, and being on his own.
Is he kind of getting attached to this group of guys since they kind of
Yeah, he is.
he, who was he working for when he came down in here? Was he working for somebody? Did, did he wander in
Yeah,
here on his
he was
own?
a he was a harper.
Oh, he's because he's
So
so kind of working on his own. Kind of.
yeah, he was kind of an independent infiltration agent
Oh, we
and
got
not
what
very
four
good at it.
Harpers?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Let's talk about Caesar's guy. What's up, Caesar?
Hey, it's Jangalang Macadang Dang. He's a very young Eladrin elf. He's a bard, and he tries to be the Swiss Army knife of the group and support people and shoot off an Eldritch blast when he can to do some damage. He tries his best, but sometimes it's just not good enough.
He's not doing too bad, I wouldn't think. Soleil is played by Sphinster 77. Give us a shout.
So Soleil is, unlike Rufiel, who's growing more attached to everybody. He's getting more and more annoyed with everybody. He sort of handles Lumina, his brother, but everybody else is just they're looking at my stuff too much, and I'm starting to sleep a little bit farther and farther away from them each night when
He's
we go
got like
camping and
he's got
stuff.
like padlocks on his backpack and stuff.
But he's currently in the process of being a traffic director, or um, those guys at the airport with the
The little magic
wands,
wand.
saying, "Yep, fights up that way, fights up that way. Go ahead." As these hobgoblins have been running by him and
Well, every one of
up
them
to the
that
rest of the
ran,
group.
every one of them that runs by goes, wow, wow. Signals go off that they have metal on them. Lots of it. Marbania.
Marbania's playing Pinch, or Marbania here, and I'm playing Pinch. Pinch is Lightfoot Halfling, of a more than normal, curious nature. It was really his driving force is, hey, what's in here? What's around the next corner? What's behind that? Hey, what's over here? And so that's just kind of what drives him, and
And
he's
Marbania's
the
playing him by just wandering down and pulling encounters and come running back. It's perfect.
it's not intentional sometimes, really. It happens.
Oh, you're not. That's not a role play thing. Oh, God.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Valtrex, tell us about your guy.
Yeah, hey, I'm Valtrex. I'm playing Lumina. He is an Elven Ranger, Swarm Keeper, and he's got all these arrows in his quiver that they're kind of heavy. So instead, he tries to store them inside of his enemies.
Yeah, that's a good spot. I was reading up some on some variant rules and some optional rules, and I don't know if it's in
Flanking?
the, it's no, I'm not doing flanking.
Oh,
Well, flanking is really a disadvantage to the player characters, in my opinion, because there's 82 mobs and 5 characters. So how many times do I get to flank? You know, so you just
yeah.
gave everybody a +2 to hit you. Is my opinion of it. Yeah, you think, oh, I get a +2 if this happens, if this guy does that, and it really only benefits one class, the rogue. That's it.
Oh.
Uh, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say was about fixing broken arrows with mending. Hmm. You just sit there and go
I like it.
cantrips, cantrips. It's for a nitty gritty kind of campaign though. Where arrows are kind of scarce or something like. You know, you need to fix them. Now I just say I got 60 arrows. Just buy some
Finally,
more
there's
in
a
town.
reason to take the mending cantrip.
Right, right. Especially if I shoot a bow, I take mending. And I'm Drake, and I'll be your DM for this evening, anyways. So let's get rolling. At the top of the round, we have Shitty Shortle, which I was dumbfounded last week that it actually says shitty. Um, and let's see. I think he got his armor. He stood up, got his shield and stuff on, and is probably coming out the door. He's like, he says, "Hey, Matty Chops, what's going on out there?" And he's like, "I don't know who this guy is, but those guys over there beating up on Bob Periwinkle." So he's gonna continue to dash up the hallway. Wait, do these guys have bows? Oh, a longbow. I think he's gonna pop out right to here, and take a shot at Lumina with his longbow.
Lumina doesn't want him to do
Oh
that.
wait, did he strap his shield on? He's gonna look down at his shield. He looks at his bow. And he's like, "Roar!" And he's an orc, so bow? That's for hunting. I'm charging, and he's gonna go charging up there, Roar! Drawing out his longsword. In Orcus's name, I slay thee. Some kind of
They
crap.
orcs or hobgoblins? They're
In
hobgoblins.
Hobgoblin God name. Maybe he worships Orcus. You don't know. You don't know. This French guy, where's he at? There he is. He too is gonna come
French
out.
guy.
Well, he's got a pencil mustache.
Because of the pencil
He's
mustache.
he's like, oui, oui, I am a French hobgoblin. I will come and see what this guy is doing. So he runs out and he looks at Soleil carefully, and he's gonna spend his round kind of looking at Soleil like, what's going on with this guy? And he's gonna roll a what's insight, wisdom.
Yes.
He's gonna give you the once over like, well, I don't think you're a fire cultist, he says in common. Can you prove it to me? That's what he says. He took his whole round to get out there and give you the once over. So he's scrutinizing Soleil. Pinch. Don't
Well, I
forget
don't
you got your
understand it.
panther summoned too.
Yeah, I don't understand a damn thing he's saying. Pinch is going to move
There's dead hobgoblins all over the place.
there. And there's a bonus action at Panther. And let me open up his stat block here, and I can do that from the log.
Thank you. Yes, I do.
Panther.
Sorry, stream. Let me stuff. Here you go.
Yeah, that Panther has a speed of damn plenty.
What is it? 50. Good lord,
Yeah,
that's
50.
a lot.
Good lord, that's a lot. That's a
How
lot of
much if he
speed,
only
man.
had 3 legs?
How much for just 3 legs? And he's gonna come running in here.
He like
and
jumps
attack this
over. He just like leaps onto the anvil,
leaps and
jumps
bounds.
over the top of Pinch, lands in the square next to the hobgoblin, shitty chortle, who sees this panther and does exactly his name says. He shits his chortle. I don't know what a chortle is, but he just
He
shit
shit
it.
it, huh?
Type of laugh.
Okay, so let's see if he hits for the pants and then hits with the claw attack. So it's claw attack first.
Wait, can he get a like a does he get a pounce? Yeah, he can use his pounce.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
but he has to hit with a claw attack
Yeah.
first. So let's see if Mr. Panther can.
No.
No.
So he
Fucking
like
fumbles
he
over
like
into the
as he
corner and
reaches to attack the hobgoblin, he realizes that as he went over Pinch, he got his claw caught on his feather, and he's like, "Ooh, a feather!"
oh, he's playing with the feather now, the big pussy cat. Yeah, I don't believe he has multi attack. So Pinch is going to see 15 to there, 20, 25, 30. He'll move around this guy.
He's like,
Not that he's getting flanking or anything.
"Hey, that's my peacock feather. What are you doing?"
And let's jump over to the actions tab.
Bad kitty.
We're doing this. Sorry about that, mister. My cat gets a little excited every now and then.
As your dagger goes in this hobgoblin's back, you can hear his spine like crack and
Alright, so that's 35. He stays right where he's at because that's all he can do.
Lumina.
All right. Lumina still has his warhammer out, so he's going to put that away, and then move forward and step up here, just a little in front of Pinch. And he's going to take a shot at the French hobgoblin.
The French guy. He's like, "I don't think you are a what the fire cultist." As arrow goes, bounces off of his armor.
Wow.
Ping pang.
17 misses. Damn.
Right. They got like
Right.
some armor on. The Soleil's little wand is like wow, wow, wow. The red is peeking out on it.
There we go.
But they don't have any hit points.
Not anymore.
He's like, "You have insulted my French thud." I thought I was doing pretty good.
So as 2 arrows go sinking into him, I'd say, look down at him and say, "I'm not cultist. I just don't want to kill you if I don't need to." And I'm going to. Are these curtains on the east side of this room?
Yeah. They're like burnt up, like charred, like curtains, but they're curtains hanging up there. Like movie theater
Am I able to
curtains.
see through them?
No, they're. I mean, they're
Okay.
not like. I mean, if you went up, maybe look through a hole or something, but from across the room, no.
All right, so I'm going to say to the last guy, "Watch out! Look, he's going to shoot you." And I'm going to move over here and look through the curtain.
As you're approaching the curtain, yeah, you can tell that it kind of the they open up over there. And when you look through the curtain, it looks like a pyromaniac bedroom. There's like a bed and a couch and some chairs and a couple of open like Foot Locker chest kind of things. Looks like somebody's rummaged through everything that's in here.
So no people, no creatures or anything.
No,
That
you don't see any people.
Fire
I,
breathing
and I'll give the
gargoyles.
sign to Lumina that it's clear,
What? Like
and
the sign he
I
gave
will.
you like last round? Like it's clear.
And then if somebody gets close enough to me, I will. If an enemy gets close enough to me, I'll hit them. But otherwise, I'm just gonna wait.
Now, what about a mimic curtain? Does that count?
It does.
Just clarify. Okay, good. Dangling crimson crumb catcher. Dangling crimson crumb catcher. It's like a big thick. He's Italian. He's like, I'm Italian. I have a big old mustache. It's like, I know I put my armor on last round. And he too comes moving out, assessing the situation. I think he can get all the way up to the guy with the bow. Roar! This guy's got a great sword, and and he's got a couple of javelins hanging on his back, and he's got some kind of hobgoblin rank. I don't know what the rank means, but like, whew, stinks. Matted Chops finally gets to go. He's like, the French guy's dead. Oh, I'm gonna go up here and, hey, you just stabbed my friend Shitty Chortle. I'm gonna stab you with my longsword, little guy, and try to hit Pinch with his longsword. Like, takes a swipe. Oh, he connects. Did you want to use your half damage deal this reaction?
Yes, I do. My half damage deal, uncanny dodge.
Yeah, that's what it is. As he slashes at you with his longsword, drawing some blood. 1 point.
Nicked me.
It's like Pinch is like, you cut me while you're shaving me. Jangling.
Jingling is going to mock this one that just swung at Pinch.
He like, ha ha, give him a Nelson.
Yeah. And he succeeded. God damn it. And then Jangling's going to move a little bit over here out of the way.
I'd say Jangling's about, I don't know, 20% that works.
Right.
It's pretty low. Maybe 20.
He tries.
He does. I think you should just come up with some just shit to say anyways, and then at least it'd be funny, right?
Rufiel's gonna peek over Pinch's head and cast
It's a little
Sacred
easier
Flame
to
on the
see
one.
now that the feather's not there.
Yeah. Cast Sacred Flame on this guy.
Woof. Doesn't
Fails.
get out of the way.
And I
Ah,
do crap for damage. I'll just stay back there.
Cotton-headed ninny muggins.
Jangling's going to get pissed off and try to do it again.
there you
This
go.
time he failed.
You had to explain to him what
What
a
the
ninny
jump-
muggin
What a
was.
ninny muggin was.
He's like,
Mini mug.
what's a ninny muggin? You are. Oh,
Ninny muggin.
me? I'm insulted by that.
Oh, God. At least he's got disadvantage on his next attack.
He melted his ear, and now his eyeball's twitching.
You rolled the same as me, a 1 and a 2.
It's that extension.
The Pinch turns around. Blood dripping off of his dagger still.
Yeah. Bonus action. I'm gonna bring the panther in. And
Take your feather away from him. Give me the feather.
give me my feather back. And the panther
He
ain't worth a shit.
scratches at his armor. Everybody's hair stands up that's within 5 feet.
And pinch. Let's see. Do I have?
Well, you have
yeah.
yourself. Oh, no, there you go.
There we go. All right. And then pinch is like, no, you stupid cat. You can't train a cat. He attacks this thing.
Oh.
And he gives a little bit of that.
Jesus. You killed him by 46 points. I want to know what do you like run up and like slice his head? How does that look?
I learned something from this guy I knew named Diablo Bob one time. He collected taint, and I just reached right up in there with my dagger and just kind of screwed around this taint like that.
Pulls it out. Got a little taint on the end of his dagger.
A little taint on the end of that. Pinch is going to move right over here and kind of get out of the way and say, "Now you're next."
He shows.
Big ugly.
He goes,
snuggle mugging or whatever the hell that was.
"This is your boss's taint. You're next." Soleil.
Do I still don't see anybody coming from the east?
No, and you don't see any exits that way either.
All right, so I'm going to go 40 feet. Into this room. Is there anybody left in here?
Not that you can see.
All right, so I'm going to action dash and go down to the corner.
You see some bedrolls and that are like crappy hides and stuff. When you get around the corner, you see a like a smoldering fire pit and what you would account as the hobgoblins like lunch maybe laying around.
Or latrine one. One of the two.
Do you think they burn their poop?
Just got to let it dry first, and then it's good kindling.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to
Although
start.
you do see bits of corn in the fire. You don't know how that happens.
Yeah, but then you get popcorn, so
Pop.
you just gotta catch them as it comes out.
Poopy popcorn.
So I'm
A
going to
distinct flavor.
grab whatever's close to eat, and I'll start munching.
There is some kind of spatula in the fire that's got some substance on it. Lumina.
All right.
This guy's like
so
the eyes are kind of big.
Lumina's seen a lot, but when Pinch does this, and Lumina sees him do this to this hobgoblin, he vomits, all like just everywhere. It's
He doesn't even
it's
try
a little
not
bit much
to
for
vomit.
him.
He did no con save. He just screw the save. I'm failing.
Oh yeah.
At what point did you vomit? Was it when the large intestine was out, or did it wait until the small intestine started coming out?
No, it was actually when you held up the dagger and wiggled his taint around on the end of it.
Oh
That's-
yeah, the taint wiggling.
Watch it wiggle. See it jiggle.
So he tries to recover and pulls out the war pick again and tries to hit this guy right in front of him.
Nice.
And
like jab it. You're like down throwing up and you fumble around with your war pick and you like jam it into the top of his foot. He's like, oh, hopping up and down. He's like, you never go against the family.
but not with the second. With the second, I slip in the vomit just a little bit and miss.
Brick. Like a little brick. He's like, well, he looks down at this pick as you pull it out of the top of his foot and he's like, ugh. 2 greatsword attacks as he swings the first greatsword at Lumina, swinging it real fast. Smash! Hits Lumina in the side with it, kind of stands you back up from throwing up and slams you against the wall and slices you open a little bit with it. Of course, you maintain your concentration because you are a concentrating fool. And then, like, as he pivots around and swings this thing at the halfling, the second one, not the javelin. What do I got that for? This great sword. Uh-oh. He comes swinging down and chops down onto top of Pinch.
Did I already used? When did I use my reaction? Oh, this is a new round.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. Cool.
You're okay. You're gonna need it. As he slams this greatsword down on top of Pinch's head for a whopping 24 points of damage, which is Pinch just kind of rolls out of the way a little and it just kind of like slices across of him, doing 12 points of damage as he uses his uncanny dodge. That's you like that. And wait, what's this thing he can do here?
Comes in a pinch.
Uh,
Oh, hey, that's your name.
Ha ha.
hmm.
And that's your vomit there. Be careful, boys. You don't be slipping around in that stuff over there.
I wanna.
It's all right. The panther will clean it up.
Oh damn it! I missed a little thing, and he's probably not gonna get to use it. Oh well. Rufiel.
All right, Rufiel will, since that last time worked so well, he's going to try the same thing, trying to miss the vomit that Lumina spewed all over this thing.
Why is somebody hiding? Who's? Why does it keep triggering the stealth tracker? Lumina.
I think Pinch hid last session, but he hasn't hidden this session.
Hobgoblin is unconscious, skipping stealth tracker. Unconscious, 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 unconscious.
It's the skip turn thing. But their thing is also running on every turn. It's looking for stealth. It's not skipping it.
Well, no one's stealth though, so why is it even looking for it? I don't see anyone got hide on them.
I don't know.
And that should be the only time it triggers, right? Jangling.
Jingling's gonna move over to here and kind of come to a sliding stop in the guts and blood that
Give me a
Pinch left
con
all over the floor.
save at advantage.
No, that's vomit.
Look, it's all of them. It's all mixed
Con save
together.
at advantage, huh?
Yeah. It's not
Oh, I
it's
should
not
have dropped that in
terrible.
the tower.
That's okay. We'd like to see. Yeah, you see it, but you don't throw up.
He's just gonna look at Pinch real quick and just blink his eyes like, I can't believe you fucking did that. And then he's gonna shoot this hobgoblin with some Eldritch Blast. Let me clear these target.
The thing that I
Big
didn't
deal
use
is.
on Pinch was he can do another 3d6 points of damage. Oh,
Uh-oh.
so you're like Eldritch slip. Oh shit, slip in the vomit.
He's still just disturbed about what Pinch did. But that one hit him.
Oh, the second one gets him.
I don't know what the deal is. It was a soft spot in the armor. That's all. Right behind the codpiece.
Rufiel's going to continue the same thing. He's trying to burn this guy out.
Oh, that's a hit.
Nope, that's a miss.
Oh, you were
Saving throw.
a Pinch again.
All right.
He looks down at you with his. You're holding a dagger with some taint on the end of it.
Is this the? It is the captain. It's the captain. Yeah. Miss. I'll offhand with the short sword.
Oh. He's like, I found your taint! Yes!
There.
He's like, two taints! Lumina's like,
Start sewing the pouch.
and I think you guys have earned the little victory dance. So the hobgoblin captain carries a potion of healing and a pouch containing 60 silver pieces. It's so nice of whoever did this to add that parcel right here. Nope. Oh yeah, it is. I had to scroll down. Party sheet. So that's it. I mean, there's weapons and yada yada if you want to lug them.
So I'm gonna search the room while I'm munching on fried rat or whatever they've got cooking over the fire. Not sure why it took them so long. These things have been going down with one shot. Why it took them so long to take that last guy down, but he's looking around.
All right, there's that potion of healing and a pouch and the 60 silver pieces, which I'll go ahead and give you the share of your silver pieces. And whoever's going to carry the potion of healing can drag it out of the party sheet. This room down here, let me unlock your tokens and take you out of initiative order. The room down, the big room that's scorched with the curtains, scorch marks and charred furnishing litter this chamber, and a burned tapestry spans the east wall. There's a smaller room behind the burnt tapestry. It contains several scorched beds, a charred desk, but nothing of value. Looks like within the last few hours, this place has been abandoned.
Thank you, sir.
And the hobgoblin area is other than the smoldering coals of a fire, you don't find anything. Where Jangalang is at, that's a passage. It's like an oddly shaped room. A loose pile of stone forms a barricade across the route, very similar to what you guys encountered when you came in from the north end. And you would suspect that this tunnel leads away, like a good distance away. Probably into another area of the Dwarven complex that's down here.
Drake, strangely enough, I cannot. I picked the Panthers. Okay, never mind. There he is. Never mind.
And what's in this room over here?
Oh, this, as you guys get close, looks like a temple or something. This room has a wide alcove in the east wall. There's like a raised dais back there, and there's an altar up on the dais that fills the alcove, and then flanking the dais are two smoldering, smoking braziers and two torches that have burned out in sconces. You see rich tapestries decorate the walls. The tapestry behind the dais is adorned with a stylized cauldron symbol. So the fire cultist cauldron symbol is back there.
Is this a curtain
Yep.
or anything behind it, or is it just wall?
Give me a perception check. You find a door that obviously wasn't. Was that hidden?
I didn't know anything was there.
You just
I didn't
magically
see
I
anything.
didn't see it. Huh?
I was
stopped
just
it.
moving myself back and forth along here. Stopped
You
when you
just
asked me to roll
magically
perception.
stop in front of the door, and there is a staircase that goes down.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Where do these stairs go?
I don't know. When Rufiel gets down, he's like, "They go down," he says.
Pinch is going to check the rest
Can
of
I
this
hear
room.
anything around the corner?
No. This place looks like somebody hastily left in the middle of the night. There's like throw rugs, privacy screens, a couch, a quartet of comfortable chairs have created a cozy space here. There's even gossamer fabrics are draped across the four-poster bed, and a desk sits in the southeast corner.
Search the desk.
For some reason, whoever hastily left a scroll of Melf's minute meteors and a scroll of wall of sand in the desk drawer. You don't know why they took everything but these scrolls, but who gives a shit? The TM's feeling generous.
So Slay will use those.
Soleil will use those. He like crumples them up. I gotta take a poop. Melf's minute meteors. Hemorrhoids. It's like hemorrhoids.
I can cast Melfs, but not Wall of Sand.
What
It's
is wall
wizard
of
only.
sand? Who's a wall of sand? A wizard.
Like mummy
Yeah, it's wizard
movie
only.
shit.
Well, it's worth 188 gold if
Yeah,
the right
we could
buyer.
we could
Let
sell it.
me put that in the. Where's the party sheet? Party sheet. Let me drag that stuff into the inventory. Don't forget your potion of healing's in there. Remember, things left in the party sheet, you've left behind.
But sandcastles are made to disappear.
Do you guys need a short rest? Everybody looks pretty healed except for Lumina's got 9 points of wounds.
No, I don't need one.
I'm good to go. I've got all my spell slots and
I don't need a short rest.
Pinch is going to slowly walk around this room. Okay. Because he's got this ability that would probably never come in handy otherwise. But what is something about steady eye? I have advantage on wisdom, perception, or intelligence investigation checks if I move no more than half my speed on the same turn. So I'm gonna slowly move around this room.
He's like,
Looking.
maybe if I move real slow, a secret door will appear.
Anything.
Well, I mean, are you continuing it like kind of in the whole complex area? Like,
Well, yeah.
So
We're
Slay's
continuing
gonna
on.
look behind this
all right,
curtain.
all right.
Just go along the bottom and then go along the top, looking behind the curtain the whole way. See if there's any
Changeling will
other
look
doors.
behind the
At
one
some point,
up on the dais here.
you run into this halfling who's going real slow. But there you guys go. How's that?
What? I don't know.
Nothing else up
Oh.
here.
There's nothing here.
There's the map. So there are areas that you
Nice.
haven't been in. I don't think you've been up here.
The hell is this?
We haven't scoured the magma either.
That's the burned out library thing.
You didn't go down the stairs over there.
No.
Nope. And I don't think you've been in here either. Or did you go in there? No, you didn't find that
Yeah, that
yet.
was. Oh
I
no,
didn't know
not
was
that.
a thing.
No, but Pinch did is he's moving real slow. Looking.
Yeah, I got your tokens unlocked, so you can move them as slow as you like to any spot on the map you like.
Okay. By break time, I should make it to the top. Oh, what's that? Oh, nothing. I keep moving. Oh.
So it's like, I'm just gonna go over
Oh
here since
shit.
that's where we're gonna end up. Line of sight's turned off, so that's what I'm saying. You guys want to go down there and check out down the stairs?
Those
Yeah.
look like sarcophagi. Sarcophaguses.
So what if he's carried and therefore not moving at all? Does his special thing count?
Yeah, it counts as normal. Now, if you drag him at half speed by his ankles, then he gets advantage. Soleil, as you go down the stairs down here, you can smell and hear beastie kind of musky scent as you come down the stairs, and you can hear a growl, like a deep growl, as you see a creature that it's kind of laying. Let's see where they put it on the. It's like kind of over in the corner over here. It's a large creature, and you think, oh, it's a goat. No, wait, it's not a goat. It's a baby dragon. No, it's not a dragon. It's a lion. No, it's a chimera laying over there, which you're just dumbfounded. What a You're like, I heard of these things. I've never seen one. At least I don't think you're. I mean, your character could have bred them for all I know, but
No, I'm not into that bestiality stuff.
Dragodian.
they have 3 taints. And I guess we're gonna fight them because that's what the module shows. That who's playing the female and where's their backpack? Where are these guys' backpacks at? I'm just
It's got to
asking.
be Jangalang. They
Isn't
should
that
be able to.
Janglang doing his Eldritch Blast?
Pew pew.
You can't tell the difference between a man and a girl, boy and a girl elf anyway.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Well, the
The
elves
dress
count.
gives it away. Thanks for the goat sound.
Pinch is like they both have taints, right?
It's just kind of one of the heads raises up and looks over at you guys like it kind of growls.
So
So I'm not moving from where I am. I'm sort of watching her, to see what its reaction is. Does it look manacled? Are there bones everywhere? Is there like a bag of dog food next door on the floor
There's
here?
empty cans of Alpo scattered all around.
Purina Chimera Chow.
It does look like this creature has been kind of been a pet, maybe. um, it's like the ceiling's like pretty high in here. It's a vaulted ceiling. It's like 30 feet high, and then the two wide alcoves. Uh, and as the chimera moves around, you can hear and see the. Does anyone have any? There's no light source in here. Does anyone have a light source?
No, because all the lights magically just came on in the dungeon a few minutes ago.
Oh, here, I'll fix that. Here. There you go.
Yeah, Pinch can see it.
Pinch has a drift globe or something?
No, he's got dark vision cast on him.
Okay, the question was, does anyone have a light source?
Oh, a light source. No.
Yeah. No. So you don't see any gleaming, glittering going on, because you wouldn't see gleaming and glittering over there if you didn't have a light source. But there is that unpleasant musky scent that mixes with the odor of the sulfur down here. So, and the floor is
Does it
marred with
smell like cat
broken
urine?
spots, scorch marks, and bits of debris and dark stains. Yeah, it smells like cat piss, dragon vomit, and goat urine in here, if you want to know exactly. You
That's
see it kind of, as you guys start making your way down the stairs, it kind of rises up and growls some more and kind of starts pacing a little and snarling. And you can hear like jingling, clang, jing sound. You can see like little pieces of roundish, grayish color discs falling off of its hide and stuff as it stands up. Since you guys can't see anything in color,
Are those like scales, or are they
and
like barding that's falling off, or
it sounds like
mud?
coins, but in your dark vision, you can't tell one coin from another.
Hey, Lumina, ain't that one of them there manticores Dad's telling us about? Thought they had like a scorpion tail or shoot things from their tails or something. This one just got a regular dragon tail.
yeah. I think this thing is a little bit different than what Dad told us about.
One of these things is not like the other.
You could say that about everything your dad taught you. It's a little bit different.
Yeah. So words do not mean what I think they mean. I'm going to if it's not going to do attack, I'm just going to slide, put myself in between the rest of the party so they can go up the stairs. This way, with my trident, if it gets within reach, I'll stab it if it looks like it's attacking.
And you get the impression that the stairs lead off to a different part of the Dwarven complex, and maybe that this this creature is here to protect this way.
And,
But since you guys came from
intriguing.
within the complex, it seems to be somewhat confused. It's like growling, but not aggressively
Hey, go see if
approaching.
your panther can seduce it.
Yeah,
Jangalang can play
kitty,
some
kitty,
sexy music.
kitty.
I'll summon the capybara.
Oh,
It'll be a party.
it'd be a tug of war.
It's kind of like a hydra. It doesn't naturally have three heads. It just absorbs things that try to seduce it. So then it'll have a fourth head and a fifth head.
We come back and this thing has a capybara head. I'm leaving.
It's a capybara head on top of the dragon's head.
Yeah, once everybody else goes, then I'll sort of follow up behind everybody and keep watch, make sure it doesn't attack. We're good.
I don't see nothing up here. I'm walking real slow and being observant. Real slow.
Oh shoot! This hallway just ends.
No, well,
Dead end.
Jumps to
as
another
I
map.
described, it goes to another part of the complex.
So we need to figure out which one of these we're going to go to so that we can go
Well,
deeper.
Why I
This
didn't
one
see this
right
stuff
here.
in chat. I wasn't paying attention to chat. How long ago was this stuff?
Well,
Wow, Engorgio, I didn't see all that stuff.
Potion
it
of
all
Well,
Greedy
happened
half
Hurling
hour.
was
after the combat was
That was
over.
after the combat, though.
Did somebody use their potion of greater healing?
He did.
Oh,
That was
he did.
Pinch. That's why he's healed.
Yep.
Okay, so the teleport didn't get used, and the disadvantage. Okay, so let me give those back to you real quick since I'm looking at it.
Unless you're going to teleport Jangalang onto the Chimera.
No.
Grab a hold of the goat's
All right,
neck.
I gave those back.
Right
Hang on.
So yeah, that way leads into the other part of the Dwarven complex.
and he gave 100 corgi biddies, although it looks like a fox or a cat, but it's actually supposed to be corgi. It's a confusing 100 biddies.
It's a fox with mayonnaise on his face.
What a corgi, huh?
We all know Engorgio loves mayonnaise.
It's the closest thing he can find to the size of his cat, a corgi.
Mayonnaise and a water bed with no sheets on a mattress goes a long way. I'm telling you.
Just make sure you
Me
talk to
this
all those
freaky
people
girl
in
one time.
the stream chat for whatever reason. It's showing. It's only showing 11 people in chat, but there's like 30 people in the list.
So Soleil's going to do an insight check on a DM to make sure we're not missing experience by not killing the Chimera.
I would have you roll, but it's pointless. You're definitely not missing out on experience since we're on milestone.
Just
Well, we're
making sure.
missing an experience.
You could be missing, some coins that are over there. Some you saw, like you said, like bones and maybe some bits of clothing and stuff, but this thing hasn't really left this alcove yet. It's like growling and pacing around, and
Let's just kill it.
Plus,
And
now that you guys have
Gorgio.
left though and you're coming back, it may have a different attitude.
Oh, we're not going back. We're heading out
You guys are
and
going
deeper
to
into the Dwarven Citadel.
you go into a different complex, different area.
And then
where's
Gorgio
the
missed
stairs at?
the vomit scene.
The double taint murder.
I think he's recreating it now that we talked about mayo.
I take it he doesn't like mayo. Have you tried Duke's mayonnaise, man? Duke's mayonnaise is really good.
He went off on a rant on one of the Jungles of Chult game.
It's the kind you can
About
eat
mayo.
it by the tablespoon, man. Tablespoon.
Hamburger Medical Whip.
Wait, doesn't that jug produce mayonnaise?
Yes, like 20 gallons.
Alchemy jug.
I think it's 5 gallons, but yeah,
There you go.
because F mayo. He's a Miracle
Redeem
Whip guy.
disadvantage for me.
I don't know.
Miracle Whip, yeah, he likes that stuff made out of plastic and oil.
It's called a salad dressing. So you guys are definitely going east.
Yes.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Pinch is
as
already
you
halfway
guys
up the hall.
travel for a good distance, several minutes or so, you come to a door, a hallway that turns to the left about 20 feet, and you come to a door that is closed.
As we're walking, I'm going to pet the panther and say, hey, I tried to hook you up.
Panther looks forlorn.
Do you like capybaras?
Yeah, they're tasty as a panther.
I'm going to do a little theater to the mind because I have a funny feeling once you guys get to this area, you're going to go, oh, we've already been here.
Yeah, I mean, we figure there's 4 areas and we've been through all 4. The key is finding the one that has the stairs down because we couldn't go down from the fire one. So we don't care which one we end up in as long as it has a stairs down.
And you're okay. You've convinced yourself that you've cleared out everything in that other area good enough.
No, we only have two of the weapons, right? We've only got the hammer and the claw that, or
There's
no,
a
the trident.
there's a fiery dagger that one lady's
Yeah, but
got,
your
and
characters
I don't
don't
think
know
we've
there's two more
seen.
weapons, do they?
Thought we had that
Well,
conversation last time.
Yeah, we
Thought
yeah,
just assume
the
the
one,
elemental thing.
the
one for each
shadow
element.
dragon told us, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. She did tell you that the prophets made 4 weapons.
Yeah.
Yes, and I showed you pictures and everything. That is true. Very good memory.
Yeah, that fire tiefling chick got away.
Yeah, so
I
there's
mean,
a dagger and there's a spear.
do we want to explore up here, the north end of this one? We never did walk through the entrance and all that.
Well,
Sure.
if if we're really going over this place with a fine tooth comb, uh,
Like the DM turn off the line of sight and the lighting for you. That
yeah,
fine tooth comb.
that fine tooth
So
comb.
all you got to do
We've
is say
got
yes, we do go there and check it
yes,
out. You
we've
don't
got
even need to move your
this,
tokens because I don't think there's going to be an encounter. Well, I don't
Well,
know what's in here.
we might have to fight the goat lion dragon if we go back through.
and I don't remember finding this whatever this little room is with the pool of water in it.
Right.
Panther can continue seducing it,
There.
and we can sneak by.
We'll take a couple minutes and brush its fur and put a little rouge and lipstick on it.
Freaks, bunch of freaks.
Did she say rouge?
You can put lipstick on a pig, but it's still a pig.
So where do you guys want to go? Here? Oops. First?
Sure, let's go find the water elemental in there.
What?
The
In
end
the
of this
pool of
hall
water.
has a circular room that is cooler than the rest of the complex. A pool of water fills the room's center. The water surface The water's surface, as smooth as glass, comes to a foot below the surrounding floor. So there's like some cracks in the floor, and water seeps up from below through cracks in the floor. And there's like some containers in here that it looks like people were using to collect water. So it's a pool of fresh water, is really all it is. Which you
Okay.
guys could refill your water skins. Yay! Since it's so hot in here.
Yeah.
This close to the lava, wouldn't it
Yes,
all be boiling?
absolutely do
It's
it.
it's not
I
actually.
was thinking it'd be a
It's
hot
actually
tub.
kind of cool in here.
Gotta get it in the
Could
hot
be a
tub.
cold spring.
Yeah.
And then over here at the top of the map, the entrance that you come into, this is the 4 column entrance up here. The hall widens to form a dome chamber supported by 4 obsidian columns with fiery cracks in them. The air is oppressively warm. 2 razor blasts used to keep guard in this room, but they got pulled by fleeing Durgers and came in, and you guys already killed them. Uh, and they have the ability to transform the pillars into pillars of magma that radiate heat and light, making the air shimmer. So the columns could burn you, but they don't do that because they're dead. Yeah. So that was that entrance and the stairs, and that's the way back out to the north. And then let's see how hard it is to find that secret door, since the shadowy forms of statues of dwarven warriors carved long ago as an honor guard for those passing through the area. You find a tripwire stretches across the floor between the westernmost pair of niches.
Uh-oh.
So, does it say the westernmost? Yeah, yeah. Which you guys can step over, I guess. if you don't want to explore that.
Firebolt.
And behind the southeasternmost statue, you find a secret door. And this door does not look like it's been opened in a long, long time. And Pinch runs in and out of it several times. It contains 2 stone sarcophagi elaborately carved with dwarvish ruins and bas relief images of sleeping dwarves. There's an unlit brazier sits in each corner, and a brass censer hangs from a chain connected to the ceiling in this chamber. It doesn't
Those are
look like
very
anything's
tall
been
dwarves.
disturbed in here in a long time.
Those are
Does
very
anyone speak
tall.
Dwarvish? Oh, I can check. Let's see. Faster than you guys
Yes.
can. Rufiel and Pinch speak Dwarvish, so you two can make out some writing on the sarcophagus. It says, "Rest well, Finden Stonemender. Dream of hammer and chisel echoing in your halls." And on the other one, it says, "Beloved Getty, heavy are the hearts of all who knew ye."
Is that a name any of us have heard before?
Finden Stonemender. Ooh.
We had those. We had those old dwarven books.
You had them.
No.
Did anyone read them?
Let's see.
I don't think anyone even kept them.
They were heavy.
No, I thought we put them into a bag of holding or something because I remember specifically saying, this is a dwarven keep. Maybe something come in handy that's in those books, but they're not in my inventory, so Pinch didn't keep them.
I don't know.
I've got a naval book, 5 naval books.
He wasn't a sailor. You don't think this guy was a sailor? Finden
How's his belly button?
Stonemender. Huh?
Soleil, you want to help move
Naval?
one of these
Belly button?
Naval.
sarcophagus lids?
Dun-dun-dun.
Sorry.
You wanna open up the dwarven sarcophagi? They look pretty heavy. They don't
Yeah,
look like
I'll
they've been opened in all like.
help him with one. Start over here to the west.
All right, it's a strength check with advantage for whoever's doing the lifting. Is there any guidance we can give? No one has any guidance, do we?
I
All
do.
right.
I can give him guidance. There.
Some guidance, advantage, bust a move, DC 20 on the strength check. You're like,
So I guess I'm gonna have to let go of the trident.
damn it.
Use that as a wedge, the lever.
I don't
I'm
know why they
staring
have
at-
like strength checks and shit. All right, I'm gonna give you 3 shots on each.
So I'm gonna come over to this one and put the trident over here in the corner since Pinch can't see it. And Rufiel's on the other side of the sarcophagus, so if he goes for it, I can grab it before he does.
You want me to just hold that for you? Or?
Tip it so it
Tied.
smacks him in the back of the head.
Ah. So you get it slid open. Do you just like just slide it onto the ground, or you just sliding it to look into it? How far are you taking the lid?
I'll just slide it so long enough, wide, open it up enough to where
kind of
tilted.
twist it a little, yeah.
Yeah.
Rotate it, yeah.
And then
So
I'll grab my trident again.
when you twist it open and you look in with your dark vision, right, with your disadvantage dark vision, right, there's some kind of square container inside. It smells musty, like old wood or something. And it. Do you think
I'll
there might
cast
be
light
a?
inside it.
Ah, you see a coffin inside of it.
A coffin
Yeah, a wooden coffin.
inside it.
It's like old, been in here a long time, but the coffin's got like it's like a like really nice etchings on it, like gold and silver trim. Now that you got the light shining on it, you can see all these little fittings and etches on this. It looks like the coffin's probably worth, 150 gold or something just for the coffin alone.
Use
The
Does it
coffin's
look
been like nailed shut.
does it look like arcane runes or just filigree?
Just yeah, I mean to Soleil, he thinks it's just filigree because he doesn't really study arcane that much. About 5 foot long, pretty wide sarcophaguses. I mean, coffins inside the sarcophagus. Yeah, and you kind of, smell the desiccated remains a little bit now. But obviously the coffin is nailed shut.
All right, I'm going to try this other one while they're looking at that one.
All right, you got 2 more shots at the other one. No problem. You get it open. Same thing. Same kind of etchings. Very similar coffin. It does look like maybe the coffins were made not together, like at a different time, but one kind of resembles the other. Very, very much so.
Lang, have you heard about this before? I ain't never heard of nobody putting a coffin inside of one of these here stone coffins. I thought that was the whole point. You just stick the body in there. Why would they do it twice?
Damned if I know.
keep him from getting out.
Cause aren't you like the resident coffin expert?
Coffin expert.
Rufiel, you got any kind of magical crap you can see if it's dead or anything in here?
Is it wide enough for
I
Pinch to
do
crawl down in?
not. I can. I can. I mean, we can search the place. I don't have any way of knowing if it's magical or undead or anything.
What'd you
Not a
say about
cleric.
pinch? Room enough for pinch to what?
Yeah, you only pried the slid the lids over so far.
Climb on in, and then we can slide it shut.
Was it wide enough for Pinch to climb down inside there?
Well, you can't get inside there. There's a coffin inside there, so I mean, you can get on
It
top
takes
of
up
the
the whole
coffin.
space.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Oh,
maybe an inch around it or something, a couple inches around it or something, but
fellas, I don't know about grave robbing.
it looks like
Grave
the
robbers.
coffins were meant to fit inside the sarcophagus. Like
They're old. They
I
won't miss it.
mean, yeah, you already
there's
opened the
like
first one. Why
grooves
not?
in the sarcophagus, and there's like these little slats on the coffin that looks like the coffins were slid down in here.
My guess is there's going to be another box inside that one, and then there'll be another
the
box
Russian
inside
little
the
tea
other.
dolls.
The little tea dolls, yeah.
Pretty soon we're gonna get to a kobold.
Look, we've
So I'm gonna
come this
search.
far. Yeah, I say we pry the lid off one of these coffins and check it out.
I'm gonna look around at the sarcophagus and the floor. Are there any kind of runes inscribed on them?
You don't see anything that Soleil would describe as runes.
All right,
Is
so
there
I'm board.
any like unreadable languages that's like non-magical?
There's some kind of language that you don't recognize, right? Are you one of that can speak Dwarven?
Yeah, I can. Well, no,
Yeah.
if they've already
Yeah.
read it, then I don't need to. I was gonna cast comprehend languages as a ritual, but if they've already read it and they understand it, I don't need to do that.
All right. Lumina will walk up to this one and try to pry the lid off the coffin
What do you got, a crowbar or
on
something?
the left side. Do I have a crowbar?
I do.
Hold on. All right. Soleil, let me borrow your crowbar.
No way. It's not gonna
Yeah,
happen.
I think it was my crowbar, wasn't it? Did you take my crowbar?
Soleil's like, no, this is my crowbar,
Oh, I've got one.
and you can't use it because you're gonna take it.
I was wrong. I do not. I can make some acid though. If you want to chew through a corner of it.
Really? The dead coming to town?
I mean,
or
do you
what?
like touch the wooden coffin? Do you touch it?
I'm
Lumina?
gonna have to get the lid off, right? So
Right? I
yeah.
mean, you don't have a crowbar, but do you like just like touch it? When you touch it, like a
Here,
corner
I'll
like
give him.
crumbles
I'll
off
give him my.
because it's really dry rotted.
Oh,
Oh, great. Then
I can
yeah.
mage hand clear it, so you don't have to physically touch it.
Oh, I could too actually. I also have mage hand. Let's do that.
After you like pull up your hand and you're like, wow, this is pretty dry rotted. Let me mage hand it.
Yes.
You don't think
Everybody cast mage hand.
you don't think the mage hand's gonna be able to get like it all open because the mage hand can't lift a lot, but it can crumble some of the dry wood away or something. If that's what you're trying to do, like make a little hole in it or something.
Yeah, if there's enough that we could at least like see in there and
Yeah,
see what we're
you
dealing
get
with.
the mage hand to crumble a little bit of the hole, and you kind of shine your light in there, and you can see like some remains inside, like pretty desiccated. Like there's not much meat left on the bones and stuff, but there you like see like a shoulder. You know, you got like a shoulder, like part of the coffin where the shoulder would be. Somebody laying in there, and you can see that there's like a fine cloth that's been laid over nice clothing that's probably jeweled. You can see jewelry and stuff. But
what?
I mean, you could pull some more of the coffin out and get a better look at it.
Pinch, that might fit you.
Well, the jewels will fit all of us. We just popped them right out of there.
Yeah, we could start emptying it via mage hand, one bone at a time.
Yeah. What do you guys
Yeah,
think?
that's not gonna work so well. I mean, you got like a hole this big you're looking in right now. You're like shining your light in, and you know the mage hand pulled a couple of chunks of wood off, but you know the whole thing isn't just crumbling. It's just bits and pieces are dry rotted. So you're still gonna have to pry on it a little to get it open.
I'll
I
take the
say we
lid
put
off
the
the sarcophagus so they can have better access.
All right. Yeah, I'll go ahead and just grab this lid and pull it off.
So which sarcophagus are you guys opening first? Which one? The one
The
that's
the left one.
it doesn't tell me which one the left one is, so I'll pick one.
Sure.
Fendon Stone Member. Rest well, Fendon Stone Member.
Stone member.
Yeah.
Stone mender.
Yeah, so you get
But
this
that's
coffin.
worse.
You get this coffin lid off. It's not that hard. I mean, a little bit of 12 or 15 pounds of prying on it, you can get it off, but more than the mage hand takes. And you can see that that the as you're pulling the lid, like some of the gold and silver trim kind of flakes off and falls to the inside the coffin and stuff. But there's desiccated skeleton remains underneath the inside the coffin, and this one has like a what you would describe as a mask on, laying there. It comes way down. The mask does. It's very elaborate. There's like gold inlay all the way around this mask. There's garnets and sapphires. A fortune in jewels on this thing, and laying in there is definitely a dwarf body. Um, but laying on his, his arms are crossed and laying just below, like on his stomach and stuff. There's some very worn out, well used, but look like they're still in pretty good shape. Even there's some oil still on them. Stonecutter's tools, like buried with this guy. Like some chisels, some owls, scrapers, and stuff that they're tucked into down below by his feet and stuff.
Mm.
And it's kind of that mostly the hammer that's crossed over his chest. That he's holding. The
Jingling is
mask
a
looks
little
like it.
uncomfortable.
The masks look like it could be worth a small fortune.
Will it fit in a bag of holding?
Sure. Yeah, it's just a mask that's been draped over and laid over a dwarven. Does any of your characters know anything about dwarves? Does any of your characters even know a dwarf?
Some of my best friends are dwarves.
Oh yeah, name one
I,
of them.
I think it was a dwarf. I think it was a dwarf Harper that caught Pinch stealing from him in Luskin
Is he dead?
and took him
Did he
to
go to his
the
funeral?
barge right in.
Jingling
Oh.
is from the College of Lore.
Jangling might have read something somewhere. A history check
Yeah.
would probably. He
All
doesn't
that time in an
understand
outhouse, you're
Dwarven,
bound to
but
read.
he doesn't speak Dwarven, so the books that he read weren't in Dwarven.
Rufiel understands Dwarven, but it's mostly curse words that he got from
Right?
gambling.
Jangling's like, dwarves got weird ceremonies. It's like some kind of
I read
ceremony.
about that.
He thinks that it's a
It's weird.
ceremony or something, but he doesn't know any details.
Jingling is a little uncomfortable with all this digging into this grave thing, so he's backing up a little bit and kind of saying, "Leave it alone."
Pack it up.
Yeah, I think so.
Do you like try to put the coffin back together and close the lid, or just leave?
No, I think we take a moment and try to put the lid back on the coffin and then the top back on the
What does
sarcophagus.
Soleil feel about this?
I don't know. Pinch don't like the fact we're leaving all that jewels in there, man.
Bench is like, that's that sapphire right there's got to be 200 gold. He points to big sapphire on the mask.
Pinch, that's grave robbing.
Well, he don't need it no more.
His grave has been
Think of
long
all the
since
mouths
abandoned.
and orphans he could help by
That's
selling
right.
Think how many drinks we could buy with that.
the lives he could save. Sitting here and ain't helping no one.
All right, you reach in there and take it then.
Yeah, you do what you want. I'm not having any of it. You
All right,
let them dwarven gods curse you.
Rufiel will start taking him out.
Pinch walks over and opens up
I'm good
the
with
bag
gods.
of
We're
holding.
we're all right.
I mean, it's really just
I'm
the
a divine
mask.
soul.
I mean, the rest of the stuff doesn't have a whole lot of value. Maybe the stonecutter tools, whatever they're valued in the player's handbook, you get half for. But they just look like they, were tucked in here because it's the guy's stuff. But the mask looks with the gems and stuff. You could easily pick that up. It's like gold inlaid with garnets and sapphires. Do you snatch it?
Yes.
Do you guys open up the other one?
Sure.
It's a nice mask.
It's a ninja mask.
it's awesome.
All right.
Open them up both and rate them both.
I don't know if you guys want the tools, and if you take all the trimmings, but the masks are worth 2,000 gold pieces each.
Dang.
And as a role playing tool, later on, if you guys want to, whoever's lugging them around, if you want to make a note, any dwarf that sees these masks will recognize them for what they are.
So do you mean funeral mass or
Yeah.
the mask of
No, they're
Phineas Stone member?
funeral masks. I don't think they're specific to these dwarves, but they're definitely a symbol.
Dwarven funeral masks. They would
Yeah.
know what they are, and they'd know that we stole them out of some tomb somewhere.
If they want them, they can pay for them.
And we told Jangling not to take them.
Well, we didn't find them in no dwarven tomb anyway, did we, fellers? We found them in a fire cultist
Those
tomb.
damn fire cultists had them.
You think you know
playing with
somebody
them.
that would
Yeah.
give you the money for them?
Recovered them.
There's a dwarven archaeologist guy that you guys rescued that's in town somewhere that would probably love to have them.
Cultists were using them as cod pieces.
Yeah, but they got a weak spot right underneath the chin.
Bloody grave robbers. All right, there's no undead in here. Stonecutter tools you're not taking? They're, they're like in Dwarven, so you can't really use them, right? I can't use this. It's made for a dwarf. And that's pretty much it in here. You guys have what's in this crumbling barricades? These guys have left too that were in here. You think some ogres might have once claimed this area as their own? There's big piles of ogre poop. I don't know how you know this, but
Any trace of that tiefling?
like footprints, or what do you mean trace?
Yeah. Maybe tiefling footprints or
You
something.
guys
I
are
don't know.
pretty sure the tiefling might have went down on the disc that's no longer floating there in the middle
Oh yeah,
of
that's
that.
right.
Is the room we're in now, is that a broken wall?
It says it's a partially collapsed chamber, is L-shaped. The floor is covered in shards of rock and bone, and a rough 5-foot wall separates the two halves of the room. Oh, I see that little wall. There were 2 ogres and 4 half ogres in here, but they're no longer here.
And we can use these stonecutter tools to rebuild the wall.
Yeah, that's what we want to do for the next few hours. Is
I'm sorry,
rebuild
I'm
the
not
wall.
proficient.
You
Did
left
you
the
have the
stonecutter
claws that you
tools,
could
by
just
the way,
walk
in
through
the
the stone?
sarcophagus.
They had the claws with the dig speed. You could just
Oh, he's got
dig
the.
holes.
Yeah, that's the opposite of what the tools do. We ain't looking to tear down a wall, we're looking to build the wall.
Oh, I thought you wanted to excavate further area.
So
I didn't even want to come back in here in the first place. I want to get going to the next one.
there's pretty much 4 different ways, 4 different areas in this complex. You have the air, the water, the fire, and the earth, right? And you guys have cleared all of those out, and you know that the next level, that a lot of the creatures from here have descended down there. Also, you cleared out the air cultist area, and a lot of those people weren't in there either. You went in and you beat up people, then you left, and when you came back, the place had been a kind of abandoned. So that's what happened here. You beat up people, you went and took a break. When you come out, it looks like people have left, and you think they've all gone down. And like Matakiri said, you guys got to figure out a way down. I think now, but do you guys want to go directly down, or do you guys want to go to town, or do you guys want to?
We should probably go to town and report.
Right,
Sell
if you
some
all get
stuff,
killed
you
down
know.
there, no one's ever gonna know you were here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Town
And
is a day away, basically.
yeah,
Then we can
find
s-
some dwarves and sell the masks.
yeah, we can stack up and buy whatever
Yes.
supplies we might need.
Greater healing potions.
Yeah.
And then you guys can discuss how you want to get down. Now you've already been down, if you remember.
Well, in
Pinch
the
went
Earth
down.
Temple, there was a staircase that went down.
It was there is a staircase that goes down, yeah, and then the Pinch climbed down like inside of a skeleton of a worm, like its rib cage and stuff, and that also led down. And he looked around and he's like, "Yeah, I don't like this," and he came back up. You remember? So there's that way down as well. So you know of 3 ways down. The floaty disc, which is down, which you guys look down there and you can't see the bottom. You don't know how far down it goes. The staircase in I think it was the first complex you guys went in. It goes down and around and around and around and around. And then the rib cage area.
I'm hoping didn't all these cultists like hate each other? So hopefully, if they all go down there, they're all fighting
Well,
each
you
other down
guys,
there.
as you've been down in these complexes, you can feel that presence of the elder elemental eye now that you know what it is. Like in the back of your head, constantly while you're down here. Um, it hasn't like seized any kind of control over anybody or anything, but you can sense its presence around. I mean, your characters all would have probably communicated this with each other. Does it feel like somebody's watching us all the time kind of feeling, you know? That kind of on the back of your neck feeling. And when Pinch went down, he could definitely feel that presence was a lot stronger. Um, but let's see how you guys do. So you want to get back to Red Larch? Is that where you guys want to
Yes.
go? Well,
Yeah.
you don't make it back without an encounter somewhere. So
Did you want to take your 10-minute break first?
yeah, we're gonna take a 10-minute break. I'm gonna probably get some water and do that stuff, and set up a random encounter for these guys as they're making their way back to Red Larch. But I'm going to start a timer for 21:41. I'll give myself a few more seconds. And I'm going to put some music on and start the slideshow. But in 10 minutes, we'll be back, and so should you. So go get some refreshments and stuff, and then come back. We're going to do some kind of encounter. I don't know yet. It could be, pixies singing a song. We don't know. We'll see what it is. But come on back. pretzel. Stop the timer. All right, we're back. We're back. All right, so you guys you spent some time down in the Dwarven complex. You clear out the fire area. You moved around to a couple other areas, and you pretty much realized um, that you need to go down into what's called the Fane of the Drow. You learned that terminology from the Shadow Dragon, who explained to you that this below this Dwarven complex there used to be a Drow area that's deeper down, and that the dwarves built over the top of millennials ago, and that is where you suspect that this elemental evil force is coming from. So you decided to kind of make your way back out to the surface and get back to Red Larch. And you kind of in the middle of the evening, before you got to Red Larch, you were cutting through like a canyon area. You're up in the Desserin Hills, up in Red Larch, or up in the Desserin Valley. Let me pull open the map for you guys so we can put your token on it. Desserin Valley map. So you're making your way back towards Red Larch, and you kind of get in this little valley here, and you set up camp for the evening, and you get a little spit going, and you learn the hard way when you make a map. Make sure there's no grid on it, especially if you change the size of it, because then the grid gets all screwed up, and you have this. This is like one of my original maps for Princes of the Apocalypse, or somewhere. I don't know where I got it. It's been around a while. So for some reason, somebody drew a bunch of lines in the sand that are not square. You don't know why. But where's our watch order? Do we have a watch order in the party sheet?
I
Order.
believe we
No,
do.
we
I think
should.
so.
We do. Soleil doesn't take one.
That's a taunt.
He's got you as 0-2. Does he take a watch?
Yeah, we'd split it up into 5. I'll take
Uh,
first or last, doesn't matter. Make
It
it
would be
easy.
easier to make it fifth. There you go. All right, let's see what time of day or what watch order this encounter happens. If you're gonna roll a die, you gotta roll it in the chat window. Just FYI. Pinch's watch. So do you have the Panther on your watch
Until the sun comes up.
till the sun comes up? Well, it's not up.
Yeah,
And
and I think the Panther actually has some kind of. Let me open him up. Advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on smell.
is that where Pinch is at on his watch? On his sleeping bag?
Probably sitting there. Kitty, 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 kitty.
All right. Well, you both notice this at the same time, you and your Panther. As the Panther gets up and growls and looks this direction, you can hear some commotion coming.
We got
And
company, fellers.
and it's getting louder
Fellers.
as it comes. So, Pinch, I'm going to give you a full round to do something.
Pinch uses his full round and his mobile feat to run around in circles and kick anybody who ain't moving and get them on their feet.
Is he vocally yelling out, "Something's coming"?
Yep, something's coming. Who's out there? Show yourself. You don't want to unleash my wrath. And he'll get out his dagger and his short sword. He's got his back to the fire here.
Well, that makes it easy enough, doesn't it? What? Did you accidentally click the manual roll button?
I was typing something. I hit
Oh.
enter when the window popped up. So let me
Just
actually roll it.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
actually roll it. You gotta find it though. It's somewhere on your character sheet. I know you don't know where it's at. It's there.
Took me a minute.
All right. So you guys hear loud stomping and crashing and voices and coming from this direction out of the. I would say that. Wait. There was some kind of light source too over the corner of this this hills, these rocks over there. But coming around the corner, you guys have an encounter. Some ogres and some Black Earth cultist guys. Dun dun dun. As we start off initiative, Dapper Green Cravat. He's in the back. I think he's gonna come moving forward a little bit. Not getting too far ahead. But Soleil, you've had a round. I'm gonna have you guys each have a round before these guys come around the corner. So you guys have already done that round. So you could have gotten up. And
I would have cast mage armor on myself.
okay, well you can do that. Soleil, what would you have done that round? Lumina pinch.
So Slay would have got up and start putting on his armor.
Well, that takes a long time.
Actually, he doesn't have armor. He doesn't wear armor.
Oh, easy.
Neat.
Screw his teeth. There you go.
Grab my trident, and I stand up. I look at my backpack and my gear that's all up in the bottom of my bedroll. Make sure nobody's touched it.
Yeah, your padlocks look secure. Where he drove the stake in the ground and got a chain wrapped around it. It looks pretty secure still.
Lumina's going to cast Summon Beast and bring the Capybara. Yep.
Let's see, Lumina.
And let's put him up, near the panther, kind of.
That's brave.
What am I looking for here?
Oh, he's.
Hors
Shouldn't he
d'oeuvres
be on
for
the
the panther.
cohorts.
Well, no, he's one of the characters, isn't he?
Oh,
Yeah.
did we? Oh, you made a character. Oh, so you just need to
Yeah.
to hook yourself up. There you go. And let me put him in the combat tracker.
Yeah.
Capybaras and panthers work together all the time in the wild.
And put
Absolutely.
him-
Watching that on Discovery last night.
Wait, why does it give me a little?
You're not playing taunt.
Why do we have a little exclamation mark on his token? What the hell?
Because he's really pissed off, you see?
He's a hazard.
Oh, because he's dead. That's why.
Oh,
There we go. He's not dead.
that's better.
Did I redo the? Maybe I got the options changed or something on that.
Well, you always had it so it doesn't show death saves because you don't want us to see each other's death saves.
Oh, so that's weird though that it had the exclamation mark. All right, so Lumina, Rufiel, you cast that pinch. You could have done something else too after you woke
Yeah,
them
I'm
all
gonna
up
send the panther back here.
to
Back here behind Lumina.
go guard. All right, Soleil. After you get all your armor on, what are you gonna do? You can see. I don't know. You can hear them coming. You can't see
Okay.
them though.
That was my question. Can I see or hear them,
Wait.
or do I need
what's
to ask?
your-
All right. 60 feet.
Yeah, no, they're out of your dark vision too. Yeah. Actually, a couple of these guys would have a light source. Let me throw.
Did you want to unlock the tokens, or are you just going to trust us?
I think on this map, let's just kind of get close because it's going to be hard to. We'll do it old school way, but let me. I'm gonna select this guy and throw a lantern on him. Okay, that's probably. That guy's got a lantern, so you can see the light source over there.
So I
Be
have
able to see them
30
all
feet of
now.
movement. I'm going to run up there, stab the trident into the ground as I'm climbing up on this rock. I have an extra 10 feet of movement to get up on the rock and um, stuff. So I'm going to pull out my longbow and take a shot. Let's see. I'm going for the cultist. Go for him. I don't like him.
Dapper green Cravat.
Well, he's calling himself
Oh, that
Pierce
guy.
Leg, but he doesn't have a Pierce
Yeah,
Leg yet. So I gotta fix that.
he's kind of up on
Um,
that rock a little. He's peeking over, like, what's going on? Yeah, they're over there. Go get them! And you're like, oh, twang. There we go.
right, so I'm standing on the rock, taking him out. My longbow has plenty of range. Ooh, look at that.
It's like he's like peeks his head up. And you're like, whoosh, so you're right, flying right towards his
Max
face.
damage. Max damage.
19 points of damage.
I can't call him like Drake.
Max damage. I would never call max damage.
Well, no, but I've seen you call rolls before.
I would have called a 19. That's how good I am.
Oh,
If you're gonna call it, call it. Crit. Another hit. Whap. This guy's like, flush, flush. He's like, he's still up though. Lumina.
All right. Lumina will pull out his bow and also take a shot at the one that his brother just attacked.
He's trying to get down off these rocks now. He's turning. He's like, it looks like he's getting ready to jump or something, and you're like, shoot an arrow over his head, like bounces off of his armor. Ping!
I can't hit his leg, so we're trying to get that Pierce Leg.
So he got him right in the leg this time. Whap! He spins around. He's like, he slips off the rock and tumbles down on the ground. Lands next to this ogre. Thud.
And the capybara goes right after me, actually. So, for now, he's just going to stay there and dodge.
The capybara goes on your turn. Is that how it works?
He goes after my turn. Immediately after me. So you can put, skip turn on him.
Yeah. Oops.
All right. Now, can I actually see them? Because I can see the tokens on the map.
Yeah.
But-
There's a light source over there.
All right.
I
well,
mean-
I'm gonna add to the light source.
I mean, you might not be able to see a couple of the guys behind that rock, but yeah, that's a good spot. What is that, fireball? Yeah.
I'm gonna add to the light source a little bit.
That's a good spot. Little bead goes flying out. Pierce leg auto fails. Nice.
Well. Pinch is going to move forward. Tokens aren't locked.
Correct. We had this discussion. On this map, I don't think I should lock them because it's kind of
No, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
So
Let's see,
it's the honor
10.
rule.
Just about right there. He just used about half of it.
He kind of moves up on one of those, like down in a little
yeah.
dune. He's peeking his hat up.
Yeah.
The wind's wafting this way. You smell like overcooked ogre. You're not sure what that smell is?
He would like to bonus action like hide down and can I get like behind one of these dunes? Like are there like he could kind of take his hat off and kind of hunker down in the sand here. I want a bonus action hide and then take the readied action for anything that comes by me.
Ready what? Your bow? Uh,
No,
so
no,
okay, so
dagger
your
attack.
dagger. Yeah, down in this little hole here. Yeah, you could definitely like get behind this little dune over here.
Yeah, so
And
let me give you the bonus action stealth roll in the tower. And then yeah, I don't really care for that extension. I mean, it's sure as handy as a DM, but
why did it say something on your end?
oh yeah,
What does it
yeah,
say?
because it put an effect on me.
It says stealth 24.
Yeah, it's because you have the option for the stealth tracker to show stealth info to the player. You
Oh,
have it set to effects.
Oh, I
If
didn't
you
know you
turn
could
that,
turn that off. Aha.
yeah, you can turn that off, and then it doesn't show you anything.
Yeah.
uh,
Okay.
It shows the DM, but it doesn't show the player.
Right.
where's
And
that one
so
at?
he
Scroll all the way to the bottom where it says stealth
hid.
tracker GM, and then it's the very last option, player show stealth info. You have it set to
None.
effects. There you go.
Now you're gonna like it even more because you're not even gonna know it's happening. Callous Smelly Giggle. Oh, these guys don't even have any range weapons, so guess what they're gonna do? Ah!
Drake, I gotta retcon something here, man. I can't do that because I activated the drift glow because I didn't have dark vision. So I got this light on me. I can't hide.
Well, you can
Best
jump
thing I
down
can,
in the hole and get cover, though.
yeah, or just take the dodge action instead of the readied action.
That's probably okay, yeah. So this guy comes running up, gets, over to where these dunes are, kind of. He's got his Morning Star out. Same thing with this guy. They come running up. Ogres, what's there? 40 feet, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So 40 feet, and what's the range of a javelin?
30, 60, I believe.
5, 10.
Javelin's range is 3120. So at
3120.
disadvantage, this ogre pulls out a javelin and he chucks it over there at this guy shooting arrows his direction. Wait 1 second. Okay.
Not at the guy who half cooked him.
Well, he doesn't know who it was.
Just blew.
He's like, he thinks it's a guy shooting arrows. You see a couple arrows flying over, and then a fireball goes out. He's like, your fault. Javelin, Chuck. Like, it bounces, almost goes through your not armor. Uh, Wait, what's the restraint condition on you? Oh, the ogre.
Well, I haven't killed anybody yet, so I'm restraining myself.
Wait, the ogre's got restrained on him.
We don't see that.
Considered compulsive guffaw.
What? Last time we fought ogres, like, weren't they restrained? Like, weren't they in
Oh, I
water
restrained
and they
them
were
all. Is that what
restrained
I
or
did?
something?
I restrained them all. They were stuck in mud. You remember?
Yeah, yeah.
It's a good memory, man. You're young yet.
Relatively.
Yes, relatively.
That's to learn you that you don't put It's official on those. Maybe that I grabbed these from the same because they were a random encounter, so that's what happened. I grabbed the same random encounter again. So he chucked his one of his javelins. Jangling.
Jangling's gonna move a little bit to here, and he's going to cast Fireball too. Get these three or these three. Let me do it right
Wait,
there. Is
wait,
there any
hold
in
up.
the darkness there I can't see?
Yeah, hold up. Let me. All right, now. Oh, hold on. I don't think you can get both. Maybe. All right, give that a shot.
Clicked on the target, but it didn't give me any targets. Didn't target any of them. You just click the target button, right?
Here, I'll grab them.
All right.
That stupid token's in the way, though. All right.
Oh, yep.
All right, we're just gonna get them all. They're all targeted now. Give them their saves.
All right.
Ew. Did they all fail?
Nice.
Yeah.
They're like, there's no way there's another fireball coming. What crap damage, though?
Oh, horrible roll.
They're still smoldering.
And let's see the Jangling's turn.
Apprehensive laughter. He is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. He's going to come running up behind these guys. And he's like, I saw that. And we'll also chuck his javelin at Jangalang. Take this, you spellcaster! Misses you. Ah. So this guy's gonna. He's gonna look around for casting a spell.
Counterspell.
Or pocket sand.
I guess he can only target those three. I think he would do it more like that. So Rufiel, Lumina, and the Panther have to make a wisdom saving throw. No, I didn't mean roll it. I meant.
Oh.
I'm just giving you a chance to
Too
say
bad.
if you want to use a inspiration, you got some kind of
Panther?
ability. Oh, you all three succeeded, so you're not slowed. And he's going to get back behind this rock. Strawberry blonde periwinkle. He's got like, he comes out, he's got like dyed hair. It's like, and he's going to run over
A bit
here.
singed.
He's also going to chuck a javelin over at this guy with the bow. Ugh. Damn it. The Lumina.
All right. Lumina will he's just gonna take a shot at this guard up front that looks like he's a little bit wounded already.
Yeah, these guys are wearing plate mail. Like, you don't care, because an 18 is
Nope.
plate mail. You shoot him right in the throat. He's like, he falls over.
And then this other ogre looks a little wounded as well. So I'll take a
Little.
shot at him. Just a little bit.
The strawberry blonde one.
Yeah.
Not
He's
terribly wounded, but
still up.
He's like on one knee. He's like, his skin's like melting off of him, and you shook an arrow into him. It goes into the 3rd-degree burns he's got. He doesn't even flinch.
And
no nerve endings left.
I see Pinch down in this hole. So the capybara comes over to just to there, and just like just basically sits down in the sand, and like
See, like digging a hole.
He's kind of high up actually. He's like very visible. Just kind of like, yeah, I'm here. Come and get me, guys.
Does he like stand up and go? Little capybara. Soleil.
All right, so the dapper green cravat.
This guy's back here like he's like minding his own business. He's like picking some flowers and stuff. And the arrow comes flying out of nowhere. Hits him in the side. He's like, ah. He looks around. He's like, damn it, I should have brought my bow. All I got is this morning star.
All right, and then I'm going to just hop down behind this rock.
Like
Sort
completely
of crouch
behind
down
it?
behind it.
Yeah.
Yes.
They give
Yep.
complete cover for sure. Huh. It's it's a priest's turn. Well, I think he's gonna use his last 3rd level spell slot, and he's gonna try that shit again. I think this time I'm gonna try for Pinch, the Capybara, and Rufiel in my 40-foot cube. Wisdom saving throw.
Inspiration.
Rufiel failed. You are slowed. Oh, so is the Capybara? Aw.
Yeah, I rolled a 1. So.
And you get a save at the end of your round. At the end of save on end of round? Is that true? Is that on its turn it can use either an action or a bonus action, not both. Regardless of the creature's ability magic items, it can make no more than 1 melee or range attack
At the end of its turn.
At the end of its turn. Who coded that? Who's the coder? It's coded at
Rob.
save on end of round. Rob didn't do the conversion for Princess of the Apocalypse. It's probably Circassius.
They wouldn't have included that in
Not
Oh,
back when
weird.
this was converted.
Yeah.
Unless it was updated later.
It's on the NPC sheet. Slowed. Third level, 2 slots. Save, wisdom, 13. Note, slowed, AC, minus disadvantage, dexterity. Note, save on end of round. It should be
Yeah, it's
save on
screwed
end
up.
of turn. I mean, it doesn't have any effect. It's just worded wrong is all. And he's going to get back behind this rock again. That's his turn. Dapper green cravat. 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 He's like,
Lenny Kravitz.
hey, I was picking this flower and I got hit in the head with an arrow. I'm mad. 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. He comes running up. Go get him, ogre. And he gets behind this ogre. He doesn't want to get hit again. He's like, strawberry blonde ogre is definitely going to close the distance here. I think he's so mad and he only has so many hit points left that he's going to come jumping up on top of this rock. Jumps way up in the air, kind of slips on the moss and barely is standing up. And you know he's up there because he's bleeding on you as he dashes up there. He looks over at this trident that's stuck in the dirt here. He's like, huh? But he's got out his great club now. He's like, "Roar." Callous Smelly Giggle is going to come running 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Runs right up to Pinch with his Morning Star drawn out. I think he's going to like kind of jump in the hole next to where the Capyberry's up on the top and Pinch is behind the berm. He just kind of slips down into the sand. He's got his Morning Star out. He's like, "Rawr," but he doesn't, he's not able to use it since he had to dash. Rufiel.
All right. Rufiel still thinks it's a little dark, so he's gonna light it up again.
He's a little slow at it though for some reason. He's like,
Yeah, he's moving slow, but he's not going anywhere. So
2 fails and an auto fail. Nice. They're definitely cooked ogres. They're cooked.
yeah.
Why would you not burn all your spell slots up when you're on an encounter like this?
You push the.
I was
save
just hoping
to
he'd save me some.
No.
You push that save to end slow
Yeah, hold on.
before I click end turn.
Where's he at?
You got the save on end on. If you pass your turn, it should roll, right?
No, that's not the right coding
Oh.
for that.
Here he is. A little harder when you have to do it from the NPC sheet.
Just roll the.
Where's the save?
Fine, slow.
There you go. I got it. Where are you at? There you are. And you made it.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm not slow anymore.
Oh, I didn't get it deleted.
Sorry.
Slow. Gone.
I got it.
Too late. Jangalang.
All right. Jangling
So
seeing
this
that.
ogre comes running up, jumps up on this rock. You can see the ogre's like got his flesh is burned off half of him, and he's in really, really bad shape.
Well, Jangling was getting ready to prepare another fireball, and then Rufiel took away all his fun, so he's going to give him a dirty glance, and then he's going to try to Eldritch Blast this ogre off the top of this rock.
He's like breathing down. He's got his great club out. He's like, there he is.
If I can find it.
He's like in
amongst
slow
all the-
motion,
There
gonna
it is.
die. Because I only have 1 hit, boy.
I got to hit him first.
He's like,
Yes.
he goes through a
That
hole
was
in
gonna
his
be
flesh.
over the
Like,
top. Of course, he misses both times. Jangling's just gonna kick at the dirt and pass his turn.
The second one hits the trident. Ping! Knocks it over. Pinch.
Well, rather than call a panther up here, he's got a buddy. I've got a friend in the bestial spirit.
Does the Capybara got like teeth
Cappy.
like a beaver? No, they're just like rats, kind of. No, they
Yeah,
have big
more
front
like
teeth,
rats,
don't they?
probably. I don't know, probably more like rats than beavers.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure.
I've seen them on National Geographic and stuff.
Let's see. Pinch does this first. And
Miss?
misses. So he
This guy's got
offhands
plate mail on. He's like, oh, you can't get through my plate. Uh-oh.
And I can't get
Ha
through
ha.
the plate mail.
I'm gonna actually do some damage. The priest gets to go again. Well, he ain't got shit that he can use from this far away. He's wielding a glaive. Well,
Yeah, that bottom tooth don't look nice.
Oh, they're bottom teethers, huh?
Well,
Alright,
they're both. I wouldn't want either set of teeth in me.
Yeah.
I
No.
think you get all four. If you get bit, you get all four. It's just
All right, he's going to come running up in his, I guess he's going to get to about there. In his splint mail, carrying this glaive. He's like, the earth will consume thee! As he comes running up, jumping over his dead comrades and shit.
And I'll chant "Fire cultist rule" after we
And you do
fireballed the shit out
you,
of them all.
and you do the fire symbol that you guys know of.
Yeah,
Because I don't think that's it, but that is so the fire symbol.
close. Yeah, good enough.
Smelly giggle. Where's this guy? Oh, he's in the hole. He's the only survivor over here. He's got this morning star, and he looks over at Pinch. And he's like, "This is how you hit." And he swings this morning star at Pinch. And Pinch is like, "Ouch!" Kind of dodges aside as he takes 2 points of damage, and the guy swings it again at Pinch. He's like, "Die, you little fire cultist!" And misses. Strawberry blonde. He is gonna get an attack off with his great club. Swinging this great club down on Soleil. Whoosh. And hits. All right. What, I hit myself? He hits Soleil. Bonk. Poof. And it bounces off Soleil and hits him in the face. And doing a little bit of damage to Soleil, but killing himself in the process, because I'm not taking it off one point. He's unconscious. He knocks himself out. How's that? I'll leave it up to you if he dies. Lumina.
All right, that was great. Lumina's just gonna shoot a couple arrows at this Black Earth priest out here.
He's running up with a split mail. He's got his glaive out. He's like, I have to get closer than 60 feet. I just shoot him in the chest.
Yeah, good luck with that, buddy.
Like, gets knocked off of his feet. Like,
all right.
You got a -2 to hit this guy down in the hole.
That's the only guy I can see from where I am, and Lumina has not moved from his bedroll, so he is not planning to.
Wait, is he like still in the bedroll? Like,
no, he like
shooting
stood
out
up, but like it's like around his waist still, you know. But
he's kind of holding it up. I was naked, you know.
Ah. But now that he is done, it's the capybara's turn, and the capybara will attack this guy.
He's not
And
even paying attention to this thing. He's like, whatever. There's a halfling here I want to smash.
that should have rolled pack tactics. Because Pinch is next to him, so I'm gonna
Give
roll
him-
that again.
Maybe because the tokens aren't locked or something, but
There we go.
this thing jumps up at him.
It's this
Like,
guy.
rips a hole in his armor. It's like gnawing at him. 10 points of damage? Damn.
Jingling is going to cast
You're wicked.
Phantasmal Killer at this last guy standing, the Black Earth Guard.
He's like, late at night, when I used to go to sleep, I dreamt of capybaras coming at me. Did
All
he
right, have him
fail?
targeted now. No, I didn't have him targeted.
He does.
Yeah, he failed. So he's going to take this. Ugh. And then that's going to be the end of Jingling's turn. Oh, I gotta put frightened on him.
Is he frightened of you or just in general?
Um,
So Pinch came running up, and Jangline came running up, hit my trident with his bolt. So I'm gonna run up, get in between the trident and Jangline, stand over it protectively,
With your
and then I'm
bow,
gonna.
like pointing at Jangleg?
But then I turn and aim at the Black Earth guy.
Just frightened.
just
Yeah.
frightened in general.
Well, I think frightened means he can't come any closer to you. Is the general rule of frightened. Ah,
Too busy looking at Jangling, so then I finally quickly turn over, aim, and look back at Jangling. Growling a little bit.
looking at your trident. It's got you disembobulated, shooting some arrows off into the distance.
It's worth it.
Pinch. This capybara's like on top of this guy. He's like ripping his armor off. He's like, ah! He looks scared. His eyes are big. He's like, it's a nightmare. Ah!
You know what? I think Pinch is going to give the help action to the capybara. Because Pinch can't hit this son of a bitch. So I'm going to give the help action to the
That-
capybara. And as a bonus action, I'll call the panther up here. And that'll be
It already
5,
had advantage because of pack tactics.
15, 20, 35, 40, 45, 50. I thought I had that counted out right. Shit.
That's pretty close. He comes running up, and he too jumps onto this Black Earth guy. Give him an attack roll.
Yeah, let's see. He has
Actually,
to
give
get
him an attack roll with
claw.
advantage because you're doing the
With
help
advan-
action. You're kind of distracting
Okay.
this guy.
Yeah. Let's see.
The capybara already has advantage because he's got pack tactics. So.
That's right. Oh,
So this
that's
thing
a
comes
hit.
running up, and it too like jumps on top of this guy, right on his head, knocks his helmet off, and just starts mawing on him. See if he knock him prone.
Well, he gets the claw damage first, which isn't much, but he has to save DC 12.
Oh,
He
he's like,
succeeds.
he like,
So he doesn't get the bite attack.
yeah, he
on it.
kind of like shoves this like the weight of the panther off, and he lands next to him. Rufiel.
All right, Rufiel's going to move just a little bit over.
Fireball.
slight overkill there. This guy's looking hurt enough that
He's definitely
he's not gonna-
bloodied. That is for sure.
Yeah,
And he's
he's gonna
frightened.
sacred flame him.
Ah,
Ah, bastard.
is he gonna get another turn? No way. No way.
Jingling is going to do the same thing.
Missed twice? What? What's oh the Phantasmal Killer?
Yeah. See if he can't make another image appear.
Like
It's
an
Whatever.
image of a.
concentration.
And he failed again. Yeah, it's an image of another capybara.
He's not frightened for a brief second as a panther.
That's a better
Damn.
roll.
25.
That's a better
Damn.
roll.
Yeah, nice.
Holy cow!
That is a way better roll. It figures right. Overkill.
Right.
Well, nice little random encounter for you guys. And with that random encounter, everybody gets a roll on the magical item chart. Table B, which is the one that you guys can get bought. If you need that, let me know.
Yeah, I need it.
Push that.
Let me find it. Magical item table B is right here. Here you guys go. So far, we got a cap of water breathing, bracers of archery, a potion of invisibility. Damn, you guys are going to be rich as fudge. And a potion of growth. And another cap of water breathing. Maybe you guys should go to the water side and go down. Let me put those in the party sheet.
Does anybody need bracers of archery? I already have a set, and I don't think they stack. So
Oh.
You can put them on your legs, and just in case you need to
Anklets.
fire them with your feet.
Shin guards.
anklets of
Anklets of-
archery.
Don't take any of this out until I ID it. If it's not ID'd yet.
Soleil, you use a
Looks like
bow
it's all
more than
ID'd.
most everybody else. Is it helpful for you, or do you have enough attuned items already?
Yeah, I've got bracers of archery already. And mine are better than yours.
You been hanging out with Engorgio or what?
All right, that stuff's in the party inventory for you guys.
I guess we can take them and sell them.
Are you saying that you're all capped out on
Attunements?
attunement stuff? Trade
Uh,
you a cap of water breathing for them.
You can take them if you can use the bracers of archery. Take them.
Yeah, the people, both Soleil and Lumina have them
Does-
already.
Yeah.
Well, does Jangalang use a bow?
Rarely.
He's like, it's still got a sticker on it from the store.
Oh, it hasn't even worn this. Yeah, I'll take them.
After the adventure, I'm gonna return it and try to get my money back.
Right?
Let me double check. Attuned.
Slade, do you want that potion of growth? You can enlarge yourself.
Is that what it does? Enlarge and reduce?
Yeah,
I have
well, it's
nothing to
enlarged, but yeah,
Yeah, I'll take it.
go for it.
It'll give
I've
you a
already used
bulging disc.
the ones I had in my inventory, so I don't have any more. So yeah.
Go for it.
Does anybody want the potion of invisibility as a
We
quick
gotta sell
disappearing
it.
act? Or we can sell it because I can cast it. That's why I don't need it. I got we both got the greater invisibility too.
Yeah.
I fixed the price on it too, so you guys are it's gonna be difficult to find somebody with 25,000 gold pieces.
We have faith in you, Drake. We can find it.
In Red Larch anyways. Waterdeep, yeah, probably.
Ender might have it.
But I hope you guys leave it in the party sheet so I could just delete it. That would be nice.
I do
Sure
find
you
it
don't
funny
need to.
that something that expensive is on table B.
Right? Table B. It's like in Marbania's Deadlands game, we got two people that have like more money than anything. So it just got to be where we don't care about money anymore. I mean, it doesn't
No,
really
not at all.
matter, and it hasn't
Well,
really
except you can't
affected the
buy
game
food.
that much. Yeah, you can't buy food. I mean, you can, but it's still crap and it it rots right away. So I mean, it doesn't really help you. But we really haven't abused it either. You know, like buying like all kinds of stupid shit out of catalogs and
Right.
stuff. Oh, I'm gonna have a helicopter with a Gatling gun and a. No one wants the caps of water breathings.
So is
No.
this synergized with my ring of swimming? I get a
Uh,
bonus if I wear both at the same time.
Something about just the moving around with the bubble of air
yeah,
around
it
your head.
allows you to talk while you're underwater. You're like, hey guys, I can swim and talk to you underwater. Hey, what's going on? You got like a swim cap on your head.
That'd be useful for casting spells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can actually talk.
I mean, if nobody else is gonna take
I
it,
mean, it doesn't give
Lumina
you
will.
a swim speed, but
I'll
oh,
take
it's a
one.
bubble around your
Yeah.
head.
Go ahead.
All right, I'll take it.
Better than a ring of swimming.
All right, and you guys also get a delivery this evening, or actually in the morning. So let me give you guys your long rest. This button right here. As you guys, oh, I'm glad it recorded the long rest for me. Just it pops up that I have to make a note. What?
Long rest
I
reminder.
knew I had to make a note. I don't need you to tell me I had to make a note. It's like
You have to make a note to disable that extension.
it's like giving the taxi cab driver directions. It's like he knows where he's going. All right. You guys also we're gonna say you guys get back to Red Larch. So let me clean this map up. Take you guys off of it. Like that. Take it away from you. I only need to delete it out of my shite too. I don't like it. And then let me give you guys Red Larch. The old Red Larch map with your story. All right. So when you guys get back to Red Larch, we're gonna say it is um, the second of Flame Roll. We're gonna call it about 10 a.m. And I'll make a little note here. Arrived back in Red Larch. 10 a.m. And for those that are making any kind of notes. Oh, look.
Nice.
We had all this long rest stop up. So how many people do I give exhaustion to? 2 levels of exhaustion. That's Matakiri's new extension that we're going to be using. So you guys should play with it a little, and so you guys can know how to use it. Not that it really matters right now, because there's plenty of food and water to be had. But So
On the inventory tab, where's it at? Journal tab, log tab.
Actions page.
Actions at the top, right under your weapons.
Oh yeah.
so everybody gets back to town. You guys check in at the end. You you're given rooms. You know, you're pretty much royalty now in Red Large, so you don't need to pay for your rooms or anything. You spend a couple hours, you get refreshed, you get cleaned up, and when you come back down, there is a female that looks familiar. You don't know her name, but she was at the Silent Shield in Waterdeep, and you guys asked for some magical items, and she is bringing them to you.
Why?
So not only did you get a roll, but Rufiel, you got a pearl of power.
Nice.
Now, does that put that in your inventory when I do that?
No.
No. So let me do it this way. Pearl of power for Rufiel. Pinch, you get slippers of spider climbing.
Nice.
Nice. Lumina, you get a longbow +1.
Ooh, nice.
Jangalang, you get an instrument of the bards. The DOS
Woohoo.
lute, which is right there. And Soleil, you didn't ask for anything. However, she took it upon herself to make sure that you stay hydrated, my friend, and gives you a decanter of endless water. Plus, you're explaining how the whole town burned down and you couldn't help, and now you can.
Excellent. Does that help with my barnacle problem?
Fresh
If I stay
water.
hydrated more, does it help
Moisturize.
get rid of the barnacles?
I think it allows you to scrape them off a little easier because it's fresh water, not salt water, right? This is
I
endless
think it
water.
can be either one, can it?
I don't know. Does it say that?
I'm looking at it. I'm not familiar.
All right, so you guys are in Red Larch now. What is it do you guys want to do?
That's super cool DM shit right there, man. Yep. I just
What,
want to
holding on to
walk
stuff
around.
that you guys told me like 5 sessions ago and you completely forgot about and bringing it back?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm gonna sport my new slippers and I'm gonna go outside and show them off by walking around the walls of town and upside down and waving to people. Hi.
You guys are famous now. Everybody in town knows who you are. You get fresh bakeries. You get everybody.
Cheese and mushroom rolls.
Yeah, there's like a whole herd of kids around jangling the whole time he's here.
He's telling all the kids how he doesn't have to live in the outhouse anymore
Right?
because now he's a famous adventurer.
They've made it into a shrine. The Shrine of
Got
Jangalang.
little stick figures of Jangalang on the walls.
They actually have a Jangalang day. Everybody flies kites. I don't know why kites.
Everybody takes a dump in that outhouse.
So
Jangalang Day.
you got your Harper agent here. I'm sure you guys are gonna tell her what's going on. Have her report back. She obviously is not like in charge of you guys or anything. But she does suggest that that you guys go at least take a look down in the Fane of the Drow. And
Oh yeah.
She has a suspicious feeling that that she did a little research on um, this elemental evil, and she explains to you guys that if one of these prophets were able to get to a node, they could really do some damage. They could really release some bad stuff on this plane.
A node.
Yeah, a water node, a fire node,
Oh.
a air node, or an elemental node, and this elemental evil has been around for you know tens of thousands of years. So the possibility of you guys destroying it completely is pretty slim, but maybe you could stop it somehow. She doesn't know, but she brings you these magical items and ensures you that the Harpers um, are behind you 100% as you go do what heroes do.
With all this activity going on up here, can you replace Ender with a real Harper agent so we don't have to go through him anymore?
She's like, I'll be in town.
Nice. Should try the bakery. It's got some really good stuff.
Are you buying?
No, this is mine. You can't have any of these, but they're really good.
Everybody reaches for yours. You're like, no, these are mine. You have to go get your own. They're free. The town doesn't charge you guys anything. You guys are heroes. Whatever you want out of Red Larch, you can have. You just take. They'll give it to you. Free
So can we have
rides.
her, since she was so kind as to bring us the magic items? Could we have her sell some of the stuff, like that potion, and broker
She
the
says when she gets back to
cost?
Waterdeep after this mission is over, she'd be more than happy to look into it. Do you want to give her the potions? She's a little sketchy. She definitely a little sketchy. She's harpery, but she seems loyal, I should say. And only one other thing's going to happen tonight is you guys have actually reached another milestone rather quickly,
Serious.
as
Wow.
the Fane of the Drow requires you guys to be level 10.
Nice.
That's where we're headed.
Nice. Yes, you are going to be heading back into the Fane of the Drow, is what it's called. And where's my little flow? My flow chart. Yep, Fane of the Eye requires level 10. Below the ruined halls of Terra Basel is a maze of natural caverns and ancient structures that was here before the dwarves built their stronghold. Long ago, Drow exiles devoted to the worship of the elemental evil built this subterranean shrine to the elder elemental eye. This is where the four prophets found their elemental weapons. I'm going to read this, but your characters may or may not know the whole thing. The Fane of the Eye serves as common ground for the cults. Here, the animosities among air, earth, fire, and water are set aside, and a wary truce prevails. Malevolent and inscrutable, the Eye watches over the cultists and judges them. Or so the prophets believe. Were it not for the belief that the elemental Eye wants them to work together, the cults would fight constantly. I don't think you guys know this. You guys could assume maybe this, that each below the below the or in the Fane, there's access to the 4 elemental nodes. So your characters could probably assume that because of what's going on and stuff. And that's what you don't want one of these prophets to gain access to is one of these nodes. And so you guys are going to try to get back there and make that not happen. So you guys kind of have a choice of which node you want to try to find or go after. You know, 2 of the prophets are dead. So obviously those 2 nodes aren't going to be on the list. So you have the Earth node and the water node, right? Yeah. So those 2 aren't. So the 2 that are left are air and fire.
And so that tiefling is probably heading to the fire node.
Probably. And remember the female that's sitting on the throne image that you guys didn't get to fight? You ended up fighting a demon, the vulture demon dude instead.
Rock.
The Vrock, yeah. She fled down too, so. But let me make a duplicate and give you guys another X as you guys have completed. Oh, you gotta use the layer button. The Temple of Elemental Evil, and you're gonna move down into the Fane of the Eye for next session.
So, presuming I remember this, it's a nice little feature I get now.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
What?
It can many times as you want every round. Huh?
No, reaction, yeah.
Yeah.
Use your reaction. Yeah. Of course, if I have flumps, then I
Well, I
won't.
guess if you have to take damage or fail a saving throw while raging, so that yeah. So level 10. It's a decent level.
My flumps, my lovely lady flumps.
So I gave you guys that kind of a little bit of hint that you're going into a elemental node that possibly could be air or fire. So, if you guys want to think, fire, air, I don't know what you could. You can't drink a potion of air resistance, but you can drink a potion of fire resistance. So
Yeah, are there any floating around the city?
there's not any that are like on the shelf in Red Larch for sale so much as far as potions go. However, you do have a Harper contact here, and I'm gonna say that you guys have some downtime in Red Larch of 3 days. So not enough time to get to Waterdeep and back, but probably enough time to maybe have some stuff magically sent to you via teleport. And she does have a sending stone that she can communicate with people. She doesn't tell you this, but she says, "I have my ways."
So, is there a local, leathersmith?
Definitely
Leather.
in Red Larch. Yeah, they make
Yeah.
all kinds of harnesses for wagons and there's even a high-end leather dealer in town.
Well, I'm looking for a bandolier for potions.
Oh,
You know.
sure, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't think there is one in the player's handbook.
I'll just make an item and
The comprehensive has
yeah,
one.
yeah. The
Does it?
comprehensive guide has one. I don't know if I got that turned on though. Let me load it up for you guys.
It's available. I mean, the
Oh, is
players
it?
can load it
Yeah,
on
I've got
their
it
own.
turned on.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
Yeah.
bandolier.
Search for bandolier.
It actually
And
has coding, not coding, but a description, a container. The comprehensive actually put the container table on in there so you can see what things hold, where the player's handbook never had it until recently. You can thank Drake for that.
Really? So I just changed to say that it holds 6 potion bottles instead of 6 darts or 6 whatever.
I think it
Yeah.
does say it can hold an X amount of potions, doesn't it?
It says 6 tiny objects along its length, 1 pound or less. Small thrown weapons like darts, daggers, number of weapons can be.
Small object weighing less than a pound. That potions
Yep.
fit that.
Well, you just
Or
gotta
tiny object.
consider though that potions are fragile too. So
Right. Well, no
Somebody's
more
gonna
than
cast shatter on you.
well, they're
right,
in your backpack anyway. They're
right. But if
so
somebody shoots you with an arrow, it doesn't generally strike a hole in your backpack and bust a potion, but right in your chest in a bandolier, I mean, I'm not gonna poke at you guys, but for roleplay purposes, we can once in a while come up with something fun.
I'm just
Just
trying
make
to
metal flasks.
Yeah, these are potions though, not flasks.
What can I buy?
Potion of
6
fire
flasks?
resistance. How much does it cost? Between because it's a range.
Um,
I can tell you because I've got it right here. I've got
So
one.
do I. It's a range.
Oh,
and how
Because I
many
bought 2, and now I have them down to 1 because I used one the other day.
and how many of these potions of fire resistance? She's like, how many of these potions of fire resistance are you guys looking for? I take it you expect to go into the fire node, perhaps.
yeah.
Personally, I would prefer the air node because I can fly, but I know that's not universal here. So
Gonna have to do all 4 anyway. Don't matter what order we do them in.
Well, no, you only have to do 2 because 2 of the prophets are dead, and you don't think they're going to their nodes. At least you assume they're dead. You saw their bodies like poof away into a wave of water, and
Okay, I didn't realize. So no one else is gonna take up their mantle. Once the priest is dead, they're dead.
well, there is another problem is the artifacts that also give them powers are being wielded by some of you guys currently too. So,
Gotcha. All right.
so I mean, as a precaution, you might assume that as well, but you're pretty sure that the 2 prophets that you have to worry about are
So
air and
they don't
fire.
have potions of air resistance, but if we
Yeah.
eat enough legumes, we'll be able to break wind.
What
Is
about
that
a
the same
potion
thing?
of feather falling? It takes an action to use. Ah, splat, glow. Is that how it works? You never know.
So to answer her question, 10.
10.
So we each get 2 each.
So we each get 2 each. Um,
If she's asking if they make it less expensive in bulk, then there we go. We'll go with 10.
she's not asking for money. She's
At least 1 each would be nice. 5 would be 1 each.
I also still have
If I'm
one.
paying for it, then 2.
if I'm paying for it. I just want my 2 if I'm paying for it, right?
How much are they?
She says I could come up with 3 by tomorrow.
At what price?
She says
I mean, I've got one.
Nice.
she says the Harpers are donating them to you.
Okay. Yeah, I've got one. So
I've got
any
one
of the
too.
I do
frontliners.
not.
Do you need one, like physically?
I think that would be helpful.
No, he's
I mean,
asking
I
if
don't.
it's in your inventory. If
It
you
is
need
not
one.
in my inventory. No.
Fire. You gotta spell it right.
All right, so I'll take the 2 and give him the 1, and I'm
Just
set.
drop one in the party sheet for me. You got it right there. And then do the math. Then he could take
All
it
right.
out of the party sheet. There you go.
Thank you.
What about some potions of healing? Should we look into that?
Regular potions of healing you can buy all day long.
Rufiel keeps snatching them up. He's probably got like 30 of them.
I've got one.
I have one.
I've been giving them away
They're
as much as I
they're
can.
50 gold. They sell them here. You can buy as many
I don't
as
have
you
any
want.
potions of healing, but I have 3 greater healings.
Potions
Can
of
we get?
climbing too. You guys can get here. They're player handbook.
I've got
Pretty open.
Oh
with them.
man, I've got 2,000 gold. How many potions of climbing will that get me?
All of them. Every single one they
I've
have
got
in
5
town.
greater healing.
Can we get greater healing potions or just regular healing potions?
Greater healing potions are not available in Red Larch. However, she's gonna call her friend again. See, this guy's getting irritated about these potions. See if he's got any of these.
Ring of Regeneration will just save time.
Right? Everybody gets a ring of regeneration. It only works for a day though, so you only have a day. Man,
Oh,
you guys
we
aren't
got
having any
a.
luck with these potions. 2 greater healing potions is what she gets for you guys.
I mean,
Drake,
that's something.
I've got a suit of half plate in here that we were gonna sell. I just put that in the party sheet.
How much is it worth?
750. So half would be 375.
Yeah, you could probably sell that in Red Larch. I mean,
Yeah, I got a.
this guy's gonna have to. He's like, yeah, the armor. He's like, I'll buy that from you. I'll just need to go call in a few loan favors here and there to get the money together. Can you give me till tomorrow?
Yeah, sure.
I got a few random things to sell too.
His name's Finn. He's like, I appreciate it. I think I could fit in this armor myself, but we'll see if somebody comes along. So yeah, you could sell that. You put in a party sheet. Anything else you guys want to sell? You're not going
I've
to
got a
sell the
couple.
potions of invisibility in Red Larch, sorry.
Can we sell the funerary masks?
Um,
The trimmings?
who in town would be interested in that? Do we have any dwarves in town? I don't think we have
dwarves?
any
Yeah.
dwarves, do we?
We could go see the where's the where were the dwarven envoy from?
I mean the
Mirabar? No, they were from quite a ways from here, weren't they?
yeah, you don't want to go to Mirror Bar.
No.
Is would the dwarf that you guys freed be in Red Larch still? Hmm. What's his name?
Uh,
Broomhelda?
is what we're putting in to sell going to be sold at 50 or 100%?
50 probably.
Okay. Not like
Yeah,
art and
the only thing, oh, the moonstones and the agites, they get 100%. So take those out for this sale, whoever put those in there. Jewels, gems, and jewelry get 100%. I don't make you do 50. Everything else is 50% of the value. Unless, of course, you guys do some role playing or whatever to get it higher, but in Red Larch, me. Unholy water flask? What is this thing? Where'd that come from?
Something we found along the way.
If you target a celestial, it does unholy water, does
Yeah.
necrotic damage to him. I
My
never even
father's gone
seen where a
now, so
cleric or a paladin may create unholy water. I didn't even know there was such a thing as unholy water. Really, I guess it's like
I think it's a comprehensive equipment thing.
I want to say it
Bane.
was a thing we found in the very first when we were like level 1 when we went in that cavern that guy was shooting at us when we first saw the symbol.
Oh, the
I
the
think he had it.
necromancer guy, maybe?
Yeah,
Could
I
be.
think he had it.
Yeah, it's from the comprehensive equipment manual.
What's this book? How to Be a Better Pyromantic is a book written by Bastian Thermidor. Most of the pages are burned in char. How to be a better pyromaniac. I like it. Ink pen, paper.
S-
Somebody puts
So
one sheet of paper in there. I've got one sheet of paper.
that was Lumina.
Yeah, it's worth 2 silver.
One piece of paper.
Hey, I got a question. So if uh, at level 10, Rogue gets an ASI, and if I increase my Constitution by 1, that gives me +1. So does that go back retro and give me an
Uh,
additional hit point all the way back? So it'd be
One per
10,
level.
Yeah,
one
one
per,
per level.
so
So you get
10
10 more
additional
hit
hit
points.
points.
Yeah.
Cool.
Are you taking resilient?
Should I take that instead?
It gives
Because
you
that gives
con,
you one
and it gives you
gives you
something.
1 point in anything you want, and then gives you the saves, makes you proficient in the saves for that. So you'll still get your 1 point of con,
Oh,
but
smart.
you'll also get the saving throws
The
for be
feat
proficient for
Con
cons.
con
resilient.
saves.
Yeah. I presume as a thief you're not proficient in Constitution saving throws. That way you
No.
can drink better, not get as drunk.
Nice.
I don't drink alcohol anyway. That's devil's
All right,
juice.
so
Can I have some of that in that flask, please?
that's it for tonight. We're gonna pick up here in Red Larch. You guys got 3 days to. You got 2 more days in Red Larch to come up with some thought processes before we take off. I'm gonna sell this stuff in the party sheet for right now, and disperse that. If you guys want to throw those gems back in there, we'll take care of this stuff here. As far as getting anything delivered in from Waterdeep, you've already burned that bridge. As far as like magical items and stuff, but anything in the player's handbook and some of the stuff from the comprehensive that would be like general the bandolier and stuff like that is cool. The two funerary masks should take some role playing to sell. There's not anyone in town that can come up with the 4,000 gold pieces.
I think
Thought you said there
everyone's
was the
about the same.
dwarven archaeologist.
Raven pool.
I don't think he's in town, and he wouldn't have 4,000 gold pieces on him. You just rescued him from being captured, but he may know somebody that does know something about him. But the trimmings and the off of the coffins was basically bits and pieces of gold and silver. Those are easy enough to sell, and the rest of these gems. So let me change this to 100%. Give you guys that, and there you guys go. A nice little haul out of there. What are you guys looking at? You got you really don't have that. You really don't have a whole lot of gold though. Really, 6,000 gold for the party. Mc, Mc,
Well,
Mc,
they're giving us everything. I mean,
McJangalanga Dang Dang has got the most gold. He's hoarding. I don't know.
I haven't spent much.
thanks for the tip on that, Sven. It's perfect.
Uh, that's it. I don't see claw. What is this? Claws. Oh, the Umberhawk. You guys are doing all right. Magical items, 10th level. I don't think you guys are. I think you guys should be. What's the general idea for your level? Let's see.
Especially with
Uh,
the artifacts. I mean, a couple of us don't have
10th level,
as much, but
you guys should really only be at like 3 uncommon magical items apiece. So, as a general idea.
I've got 2 items I'm attuned to, and then of course I got the bag of tricks.
And I kind of go by, this. Let me throw this in. You guys have probably seen it, but oh, I wasn't even in our chat. I missed the capybara teeth thing. This I kind of use this as a general idea where people should be on magical items. So if you're creating a new character, this would be the general idea, starting at higher levels. Chart and at 10th level, you guys are heroes of the realm, and you should start. You should have about 4,000 additional gold and 3 uncommon magical items. Sounds about where you guys are at, roughly. I mean, a couple of you guys got artifacts, but they're not really doing a whole lot more than magical weapons currently, in my opinion. What is it? What does the pick give you? A language, and what does a trident give you? A curse that you're greedy and you get barnacles. So,
if I'm in a water node, I get to summon an elemental and control
hey,
Nice.
it. Which will never go to the water node because
right?
he's already dead. So, but and I can speak Aquan. So
That's useful.
Do
Yeah,
you
that'll
get a
probably
little?
come up.
Do you get a little seahorse to ride? I'm just asking for a friend. I just picture Kuthapalari from the Big Bang Theory in his Aquaman uniform or Halloween costume.
it matches my tramp stamp of a seahorse.
You got a tramp stamp of a seahorse, do you? That's
Now he
better
He
than a
does.
doesn't.
dolphin.
He doesn't
Does
admit it.
now.
He doesn't admit it, but on stream live with everybody. Well, let's see who's out there if we want to go raid. Is there anybody?
Fury Fate is
Oh yeah, is she? Oh
doing a
yeah,
thing.
let's go raid her. All right, say goodnight, everybody. We're gonna go raid Fury Fate. She's doing something. I don't know. She's playing a video game or whatever. But she's a friend of ours, and we're gonna go raid her. So stick around, and you can help us raid. But we appreciate you guys hanging out and chilling with us and all. We'll see you next week on Tuesday. But Friday I'll be streaming Empire of the Ghouls. Oh no Friday. So we'll see you next Tuesday. That's
Thursday.
it. Oh, over on Marbania's channel, yeah, we'll be
Yeah.
playing. I hope. I'm so wanting to play some more Deadlands.
Yeah.
But we're gonna raid, so we'll see you. Bye.